Now with your eyes, how
Yeah,
can you tell me what is he like?
he's a very kind person. He's a family-oriented boy, family-oriented man, and I think that it's something that we have in common, very, very close to our families.
Yeah.
So I like that about him, and when I met his family, I could see that they're very close. He cares a lot for his friends and his family, and he's he's just very kind. He always have like the right words. He helps me calm myself, like when I'm on a rush or when I
He's not an explosion personality.
yeah, he's not.
He's a relaxed guy.
Yeah, he's very relaxed, and he knows how to
Okay.
calm me
I have
down.
a little question. In Hungary, it's that the people are close to their family, or it's just you?
Yes, yes, it's a very family-oriented country. Um, Most of the people that I know are very close with their family, uh, and yeah, I have very very fond memories with my family from my childhood, and I think most of my friends can say the same as well. So most of the people I know are growing up in these loving families. Families are not so big as here in Mexico. That's a big difference because when I came here the first time, and Miriam introduced me to her close family, I was like, okay, yeah, it's pretty much the same what we have in Hungary, mom, dad, and kids. But then we got to know the bigger family, and both of her parents have like many siblings, brothers and sisters. So she has many tias and tios, and many cousins. I don't think she even can count her cousins.
So I speak.
Um,
And yours now?
well, in our case, families are a bit smaller. So each of my mother has two siblings, two sisters, and my dad doesn't have any siblings. So I have altogether like 5 cousins. But Miriam has like I don't know 15,
Yes.
20.
So if you compare, it's a big difference.
Yes, yes. So family gatherings for us are a bit smaller. We gather around Easter or Christmas every year, and we can comfortably sit at a table that is not bigger than maybe this area here. So in her case, it's a bit more interesting. Like we need to have a big table, and not necessarily everybody can sit at the same time.
And how did you feel now to leave that, to leave a big amount of people as family?
To leave them behind?
Yes.
Yeah, it's I would say one of the hardest things I have ever done because I'm really close to them, uh, and I am really close with my friends as well that I have at home. So I think the homesickness will stay with me for a long time. But luckily we have the internet and I can chat with them, I can call them. It's not the same as being together, unfortunately, but it's the next best thing. So we will keep in contact with all my friends. I am on daily contact with my family, of course. I also have two siblings, a brother and a sister. My brother is living in Germany, and my sister is living in Finland. So my parents are kind of used to seeing their kids go to a different country and start a life there. So
Like what age?
my sister went to Finland 3 years ago, I think, or 4 maybe. And
How old was she when she left home?
she was, oh my God, how old is she?
She was probably like 27.
Yeah, she's 29 now. So yeah, she was around 27, 26.
So no, so
Not so long ago.
and your brother?
My brother went to Germany around 2 years ago.
And how old is he?
He is 1 year younger than me, so he should be 31 now. So he was 29 when he went.
29. Okay.
So, um, So yeah, I would say my parents are in a difficult situation now. All of their kids have uh, left the country.
How old is your mom?
My mom, uh, she turned 58.
58, and
Yes.
she still work as a teacher?
Yes, not as a teacher. She's now a legal guardian for kids who don't
Okay.
have parents.
So he's in
Yes.
touch with kids.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
still.
good for her.
Yes.
And your dad?
My dad is working in national security, so I don't know too much about what he does. He he doesn't have the right to tell us, unfortunately. So it's like
Ah, how
very
is
hush
he?
hush. He's 60, just turned 60 this spring. So, yeah.
My dad is also
It's-
60.
Yes,
They're
he's that
same
close.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And do your families know each other?
Well, they had a couple of calls, video calls,
Yeah.
and
But no in presence,
no,
not yet.
no,
Not yet.
unfortunately. It's gonna be on the wedding, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about your mom, you said that it's a musician.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know how can I express. I think that permits you to be involved with all kind of arts,
Mm-hmm.
well, especially
Yes.
in music.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you like about music? Your favorite kind?
Okay, nice. Well, I like electronic music. I'm not so sure if she's too happy about it because it's a bit repetitive, you know.
Yeah.
But well, I like all kinds of music. I'm getting to know the Spanish musical
Yeah.
genres as well. I like cumbia songs here.
Have you heard mariachi?
Mariachis, yes. Yeah. I saw some concerts that you gave with mariachis. I don't know what kind of event it was, but she was singing along with some mariachis. It was very nice. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't play any instruments. I played the guitar for a while, classical guitar, when I was in school, but I abandoned it when I was in high school. So now I regret it a bit because it's a good instrument, so I might pick it up again. Who knows? But yeah, that's really it about music, I guess.
I have a question. What is your favorite memory about your childhood?
Uh-huh.
Childhood.
Your childhood.
Okay. It's gonna be pretty cliche, I think, but it's a Christmas. Christmas is a very big thing for us, and that's when the families gather together. The particular one I remember fondly is when I was like 10, 11 years old, and we went on a hike. So I live in the countryside, not in the big city. So we have like nice fields, nice forest near my home. So we went with my parents and my siblings to the forest or near the forest. You have to know that in Hungary we have the classical 4 seasons. So back then it was snowing, so it was white everywhere. It was very nice. It was like early afternoon after lunch. We went on the hike, and when we came back, the Christmas lights were on in the main room, in the living room, and it was full of presents. And yeah, it's a very very fond memory. It was a very good day, and yeah, on the way. On the hike, we were talking about how Santa might not be real. So that was a big revelation for us that day. But then we saw all the presents and we were like, is he real or is he not real? We were not sure. So yeah, that's I would say the best memory.
The worst memory?
What?
Memory.
The worst memory.
Worst memory. Okay.
But I don't know if
In
you
your
can talk about
childhood.
that. Yeah.
It was on a school trip, I think. Yeah, it was a school trip, and we were on our way back home, and we went to McDonald's. It's a big thing for little kids to go to McDonald's. And at the end of the school trip, we went there, and I didn't have too much time to order, and I was really upset about it. And yeah, I still have. Yeah, it's a memory ingrained in my memory, so I don't like to go to McDonald's. I had this very, very big trauma. Yeah, I'm really lucky I didn't have any really big, really big trauma in my childhood. I would say it was a very safe childhood. So, as you can see, this example is very stupid. So.
When did you start learning English?
It was I was 8 years old, and it was my third grade in school. So that's when we pick up our first foreign language at school at grade 3.
And it's the only foreign language that you will speak?
I speak French. Actually, that's my main language. My main, well, not really English. I speak English better than French, but I took up French in school, and I took up English outside of school. So I was going to teachers such as yourself in the afternoons, not in the school. Yeah. So yeah.
Another language that you want to speak?
Sorry?
Another language that you want to learn?
Español.
How is your Spanish?
It's really good.
8 to
Like,
10.
Yes.
8 to 10. He also
maybe, yeah.
about some words.
I'm pretty sure he must be a B1 or B2 already.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
His family is helping a lot. Like I have to speak with her parents in Spanish.
So
And
you have
it helps.
developed your Spanish since you met her?
Yes, we started doing language lessons when we met. We do it on Duolingo, the website. So she's doing Hungarian. She's learning Hungarian. She's very good.
You are learning?
Um,
Don't you know how to speak?
a little.
She wanted to say it in Hungarian.
Let me tell you a little about the story of this girl. I met her when she was in 3rd grade of primary, so little. She was a girl from a 3rd grade group at her school IPES, and I arrived that year as a teacher. So we met in a group from 28, 29 people, because the groups used to be full. She was one of the best students at English. Actually, in that group, I have like five students that were my best. Very little was very difficult. Was the year when Miriam entered with the other 4, and they didn't speak English. And during that year, we were working, and almost at the end of the year, suddenly they just start communicating. And was so proud for me because they were very little. And since that moment, I understood that she was one of the 5 with the ability to do it. Was incredible because was the classrooms in that time that was not common that a classroom have that number of students with a spoken English, like you do. But she was a 3rd grade primary student. And then she continues, and she started loving the language. Really, you enjoy English, one of your best. And she was always very tender, a very lovely student, was part of her personality. I saw her again at secondary, because it's when I arrived at secondary and you arrive the junior high school. And in there, well, she improved too much, and she is still being one of the best. And I continue looking that love beautiful. Also your 4 or 5 students that were by the year. But she always has something with the language, something lovely with the language. And after she continues improving, because she loves. I think you love it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I definitely love English.
And at secondary, you didn't certify,
Yeah,
yes?
I just the one at the what was it? Pet.
Pet. And let me tell you that in that time, the students from that Olipes,
B1.
B1, the students from that Olipes It's because well, that was the old school. That was excellent. We were always in love together. She was part of that period of the school. Uh-huh. And after that, I stopped looking at her. When we saw each other again, I was really proud of her because she continues in another way. And when we sat and we talked, I told her how English changed your life. Because now the English was a consequence to be with this guy, right?
Collateral
Yeah.
effects, but yes.
Yeah. So we met at work actually. So we were working at the same company, and afternoons, or well, night shifts, I would say. We were. I work at an IT company, so we are supporting people with their computer problems, and I was doing afternoon or night shifts because we were supporting people in the Americas, mainly in the United States and in Canada.
And how you met?
She was working at the same company, but here in Mexico.
Yes.
So they have opened up a new office here in Mexico, and
So you have to came.
yeah, exactly. So
Is when you met her.
yes, well, we met through the chat application of the company. We were working on different cases together, and we got to know each other a little bit. But then, yeah, I actually came to Mexico with the company because we had to provide them some trainings. We were transitioning our services here to Mexico, so so we came to provide some trainings. That's when we first met. We were pretty shy.
The boat? Were shy?
Yeah, both.
The boat?
Yeah.
You think what happened? How did you leave this?
Yeah, well, we spoke a little bit towards the end of my stay, and then we started talking outside of work as well. So we started chatting on Messenger, and yeah, that's how it started. It went to friendship and to a bit more pretty quickly, I would say. Not so quickly.
Not technically,
Not
but
so quickly.
but
Yeah,
not
building up over time.
so long.
Yeah. And then, so it was back in 2018, so quite a few years ago, when I was there or here the first time. And then I came here just for her in 2020, February. Yeah. So
To see her.
to see her.
So you start like chatting?
Yeah.
That's the way you.
Yeah. So we and yeah. So it's very difficult because it's very far away. It's 8 hours difference. You can imagine, like, I wake up in the morning and I have to wait until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon when I know that she is waking up here. So it was always like I was finishing work. By that time she was up. She had breakfast. She was already doing something. We could talk. So we were communicating this way for quite some time. You know, the first time I came here in 2020, we had a really good time together, and we decided
So you
to.
met by the chat. You didn't know each other.
Yeah, we met by chat. Then he comes in 2018
Is the
for
for
work.
the
First time?
company.
For work.
First time we see like face to face,
But nothing happened.
but we didn't really talk. Yeah, we talked towards the end, like maybe last week. It was
Yeah.
near Dia de Muertos.
Yeah.
So
But what happened in that time? You put the eye on her, or you put the eye on him, or nothing, or nothing.
no, I
Yeah,
don't,
not
I
sure.
don't believe we
We-
were thinking of anything.
No,
like,
not that I remember.
So you say bye bye and you continue
yeah,
chatting.
we
Yeah.
just share our Facebook, I believe.
Uh-huh.
But
And we started immediately sharing cat pictures.
but we were we were like towards the end it felt weird. Well, his last day in the office. I knew it was his last day. He was gonna leave, and I thought that I was never gonna see him again. Like
Yeah.
he just came here for a month, and I knew that I was not gonna, or I thought I was not gonna see him for.
And we both got pretty
Forever.
emotional.
Yeah, we got pretty emotional. I guess our boss knew that we were kind of like becoming friends,
Yeah.
or maybe he knew something, but and
And in 2020, you came, but by that time, were you something?
Just to visit her,
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we wanted to see if it was gonna work.
if it's gonna work
If,
out.
if we
yeah.
really like each other.
So at the
and
end, you start your relation.
chatting and video. We made a lot of videos and lots of calls.
Yeah.
And what happened when you came to visit to her? Is when you said she's the right?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
It was difficult.
It was, I would say, yeah, difficult to maintain the relationship when I was back at home. 2020, February, was the last month before the pandemic hit. So we didn't know it back then. It didn't start back then. So we were like, oh, we are going to see each other in a couple of months. But then we didn't. So it was very difficult because the pandemic came in waves, it was like first wave, then the second wave and so on. So we always had something to look forward to. Like we were saying, oh, well, we couldn't see each other for a couple of months. Let's hope that the pandemic will go away. And it seemed like it would go away. So we were looking for dates when we would meet again. But then the second wave came and we were like, well, what can you do? Let's wait for it to go away as well. And then when it seemed to calm down a bit, we were like, okay, let's look for other dates. But then third wave came, and how much time went by?
Yeah, we
Over a year.
spent like a year and
And
couple
some
months
months, yeah.
before
Yeah.
we could see each other again.
Yeah. So next time I came was in late 2021, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like July or August 2021.
Okay, so like mid 2021, yeah. But then from that point on, I think it was clear that if we survive this long distance for 1.5 years, then
And you,
we should
Miriam,
go for more.
which one was the moment when you decide that he's the right one?
I want to know as well. Please tell us.
Yeah.
Because he came with a purpose, so he realized.
Yep.
But what about you?
Maybe
I think that you two,
I-
you did it.
yeah. I guess it somehow it felt like since very early I knew that it was very special and that he was really really one of a kind.
But what did you see of him? What did you perceive? Because at the end you were not having this
Yes.
touching. The thing that you need to have in order to have a relation, no?
Mhm.
The distance is hard.
Yeah. Well, I always felt I feel very like supported by him in every moment, even on the phone. And there's always always something to talk about, and he's very calm and very relaxed, and that also relaxes me, like makes me feel like I can rely on him on anything, and so that's what I see in him. But yeah, I guess I always felt the same, like he was a special person and he was probably the one, but like throughout our journey you're trying to be very cautious, like first it was like, yeah, I mean this is so awesome, but who knows if when we meet again everything's gonna pass. Or after he came I was like, well, yeah, maybe we had a great time, but what if when he's back home, like everything fades away? And it has always been like, what if
I was
like,
afraid of that as well.
yeah, I mean, we've always been kind of like afraid, like, oh, something's gonna happen, but
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
so far we've made it to today, and
How long relation do you have now? Until now? How long?
like 3 years.
Yeah. 3 and
3 years.
Yeah.
So you can say that your personalities helped you with the long distance relationship?
yeah,
I would say so.
yeah, I think you gotta trust on the other person. If you don't trust, like, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Like I never had any doubt in my mind that she is telling me all that is happening with her, all that's going on in her life, and yeah, I was always sure that.
Let me
You're
tell
the
you
one.
that she is not like the normal, typical girls. She was always a girl with a lot of values. I know her mom since I met her, his brother, and they have the peculiarity to be people with a lot of values, a lot. People who handle very relaxed, always taking care and taking care of the family. That's something that I like too much from them. So, yes, you have a beautiful story here.
I think that both.
I perceive
I
you,
feel
yes.
him like very calm and I like it. It's not commonly that here in Mexico like personalities like them, like him. So.
Because here in Mexico it's like this, no? So fast. So yes, you look very relaxed. A very relaxed guy.
Yes.
I want to know the story of the ring. What happened with the
yeah.
ring?
You and your love stories.
Yeah.
It's a very sad story, unfortunately.
Maybe we can tell how you propose, and then we can tell the story of how.
So
Okay.
you were happy.
Yeah, so it goes back to the time when she was the first time in Hungary. So luckily, after the pandemic was like calming down, she could come to Hungary. She could meet my family, and it was very nice experience. Like it was in winter, so it was her first winter in a European country, and it's way different than here. It's very cold. Yeah, I'm diverging. Sorry. So she always wears a ring on her finger, and by accident she left it in the house.
We agree. Like we agreed. I don't.
No, I don't think
It was
we
a
agreed.
trick.
We didn't
No.
agree. I don't think so.
But
You left it already.
I stopped using rings in the first hand because I fell off the stairs and my finger got injured
Yeah.
where I had the ring. So I had to take the ring off, and I didn't wear it during the rest of the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But I didn't really do it on purpose.
No, I know. I'm just exaggerating a bit.
But what happened
Yeah.
with the ring? You lost?
Oh, it was not the engagement ring still. It was just a ring that she wore on her fingers. So I got the proper measurements for the ring, let's say. So I had the ring with me. And I decided that when she went home, I decided that, okay, next time I'm going there, I'm going to propose. We kind of discussed it together that I'm going to propose because when you're doing this long distance, you kind of have to know what you are in for. Like we wanted to put all our cards on the table. Like, yep, I want to marry you eventually. I hope you do too. We discussed this informally, and then yeah, it was the plan that next time I'm going to propose. So I had the ring with me, and I got her a ring, but as it turned out, when I arrived, that it was still a bit too big for her finger. So when she put it on her finger, it was a bit loose. So rather than putting it on her finger, she was wearing it on a necklace in her neck. So I will pass the word to you now on the rest of the story.
Here goes the bad part of the story.
Well.
So I had to go to Tucson, and I went there. I spent there like 3 months, and then I came back for Christmas. I had my ring. I brought it everywhere, like literally everywhere. And when I went back, last time I recall is when I said bye to my parents, and I went inside the security area from the airport. And so I boarded a plane, and then I went off the plane in Sonora.